Berry Conservation District is your local resource for all things natural resources. The district is here to help you manage your natural resources responsibly for present and future generations. Berry Conservation District works with the community and conservation groups to provide resource conservation assistance to all landowners. Protect Our Waters Thornapple River Watershed Series is how we can become familiar with the water resources in our community and how we can protect them. In this video, we'll be exploring how to tell how healthy a stream in our watershed is. Macroinvertebrates are all animals, including insects, that don't have a backbone and that you can see with the naked eye. Macroinvertebrates are sometimes called bioindicators because they can actually tell us about the health of an area. In this case, we're looking at what macroinvertebrates live in this stream. We can actually look for macroinvertebrates in any of the water resources in our community. Alright, the macroinvertebrates that we're looking for today can generally be separated into three groups. We've got those that are sensitive to pollution, meaning those that are not going to be living in a polluted stream. We've got those that are moderately tolerant of pollution, meaning a little bit of pollution and they might still stick around, and those that are relatively tolerant to pollution. So even if there's quite a bit of pollution in the stream, you might still find them. Now we get to do the fun part, which is to actually find the macroinvertebrates in our stream. So what we're going to do is we have to move the first few inches of the soil on the bottom of the stream to try to get the macroinvertebrates out of their hiding spots. But we don't want to just concentrate in one area. We want to move around, we want to get by the banks, we want to upturn any rocks, and we want to try to get the macroinvertebrates from all their different hiding spots. So as we're making sure we move those first few inches of soil, we'll be scooping through to try to catch the macroinvertebrates, which can get a little bit messy, and you might want to wear waders for this. So when we talked about which groups of macroinvertebrates we'd be looking for in the stream, we talked about those that would be sensitive to pollution. And that's going to include our mayflies, our caddisflies, and our stoneflies. Those that are going to be moderately tolerant of the pollution, that's going to include damselflies, dragonflies, and even crayfish. Those that are more tolerant, that's going to be our true flies, which are like black flies and midges, and then even worms. So here we're looking through our sample, trying to figure out what do we have. So if your sample includes a lot of mayflies, you should feel pretty good about the health of your stream. Those are very sensitive to pollution, and so if you've got a healthy population of mayflies, then you can feel pretty good that there's not a lot of pollution in the stream. But say you maybe find one or two and you find a lot of one of the other groups, maybe the moderately tolerant or the tolerant, it doesn't mean that the stream is very polluted because you do still have some mayflies that are surviving. The number of different types of macroinvertebrates and the amounts of each can show us how healthy the water is. So the more different types of macroinvertebrates we have, and the greater numbers of those that don't like pollution, that would tell us that we have greater health in our water. These are some of the tools we used in sampling today. They're really easy items that you can pick up even at the dollar store. So we've got a net, and it doesn't have to be an aquatic net, it can even be a butterfly net. Just a regular old Tupperware container. We've got a magnifying glass to be able to see our macroinvertebrates up close to figure out what types they are. Then we've got some tweezers, an eyedropper, and just a regular ice cube tray. While these tools are easy to find at a dollar store, you don't need to go out and buy them if you'd like to sample in your stream. The Berry Conservation District has put together a kit that can be checked out, so you can contact them for more information. And you can even find this little paper here that will help you identify what you're finding in the stream. One of the important things to keep in mind is that stream health changes over time, so it's important for you to go back and see what macroinvertebrates you find a few months down the road, and maybe do it a couple times a year. One of the things we keep in mind is that we try to do best management practices to keep our water healthy, and one of the ways we can test to see if those practices that we engage in are keeping the water healthy is by testing those macroinvertebrates over time. There's a lot of things that we can do to keep our stream healthy, so I hope getting out and seeing the health of the stream encourage you to do what you can to keep it healthy today.